Julia Woning, and today I will show you how I work with the color soft from Derwent for skin tones. I start with the yellow ochre C050. Lots of layers of thin yellow ochre. You can see how I hold my pencil. Very smooth, thin layers, layer on layer. That's how I build my skin tone. First the yellow ochre and then the bright pink, the C200. For the last 3 minutes I only colored with the yellow ochre from Color Soft, the C050. Now I'm getting the second color, the C200, bright pink. The same as the yellow ochre, I put layer on layer with this bright pink. colors I'm using for her lips, the C050 and the C200. I start now with the bright pink. Layer on layer, smoothly, up a little bit darker. Now I'm taking the deep fuchsia, the C140, just to give more color to the lips. For the last 10 minutes, I build up her skin tone with only 2 colors, layer on layer, just to build up to the darker tones. With the C140, I also use it in her skin, some around the cheeks, a little bit around the eyes. Be careful because it's a bright color. Just put a little tiny layer on it. Now I'm getting pale brown, the C330. Here I build up the darker tone on the skin. 250 ice blue with the ochre yellow, the bright pink, the pale brown, some little bit of fuchsia, and now the ice blue. Watch out with the blue. Very thin layers, we don't want to have green skin tones. The blue just give a more depth in your skin tones. For the darker tones, I use the C290 Ultramarine. Just around the eyes, a little bit where the shadow will appear from the hair, but be careful with the ultramarine. Then after 60 minutes, we put down layer on layer, color by color, and then last phase I mixed it all together, especially the ochre yellow and the bright pink, just enough for the skin tone I prefer. Now I start with the eyes. First I start with the 330, C330, then the C290 and the C650. Layer and layer, just to build it up. C650, I give it more depth, even in the lashes. Be careful, because it can be too hard, too black. The hair I will show you in a time lapse. I'm using the C030 and the C060, yellow and an orange. Put a layer on layer. After the orange, I use a brown, the C630, but be careful, don't make it too dark, just on the places where there's more shadow. And even then, I'm using indigo, the C300, just to give it more depth in the hair. Then we start with the roses. I will using C210, the C140, and then in the shadow the C160, the C280 and the C310. Layer on layer, light till dark. And you can see how I build up the roses. Dark in the center of the leaf, light on the edge of the leaves. That's why you get depth in the roses. Layer on layer. Start with the light color, build it up to the darker color. And in the shadow, take a blue color. Here you can see, I start with the C210, then the C140, just to build it up. On the center, darker, on the outside of the leaves, light. That's why you get depth. Layer on layer, put a little bit of pressure to give more color. Then the C160, the C280, and in the end the C310. That's how I build my roses. Now I'm coloring all the roses around the head. There are some green leaves. I will color it with the color soft, the C420 and the C280, and some lime, the C460. if you noticed, I always using 2, 3 or maybe 6 colors in a piece. Why? Because it's giving more depth. For the last 23 minutes, I've shown you how I work with the color soft of Derwent. Skin tones, roses, hair, eyes. Try it yourself. Lots of fun with coloring.